Industrial Revolution, and its impacts. The Industrial Revolution was a transformative period, late 18th to 19th centuries, that reshaped societies, economies, and cultures, particularly in Europe and later across the globe. Its impacts in a sociological context are profound and multifaceted. 1. Transformation of social structure and class system. The Industrial Revolution disrupted traditional, agrarian-based social structures, leading to the rise of new social classes: industrialists, grande bourgeoisie, wealthy factory owners and capitalists who accumulated significant power and influence. Middle class, professional bourgeoisie, professionals, engineers, doctors, and skilled workers who benefited from industrial growth. Working class, proletariat, factory laborers who migrated from rural areas to urban centers, often facing poor working and living conditions. This new class structure intensified class divisions and contributed to the emergence of class consciousness and class politics, ultimately influencing socialist and communist ideologies, example, Marxism. 2. Urbanization and demographic shifts. The promise of factory jobs led to mass migration from rural to urban areas, resulting in rapid urbanization and the growth of new industrial cities like Manchester and Birmingham. Urban centers became densely populated, often with inadequate housing, sanitation, and public health infrastructure, which led to overcrowding, disease, and high mortality rates until reforms were enacted. Three. Changes in labor, family, and gender roles. The factory system replaced traditional home-based or agricultural labor, requiring long hours, repetitive work, and minimal pay, often including child and female labor. Family structures shifted as work moved outside the home, and the economic role of women changed. Many women and children worked in factories, though over time, men became the primary industrial wage earners, leaving women in lower paid or domestic roles. The harsh conditions and exploitation led to the rise of labor unions and collective action, as workers organized for better wages, hours, and working conditions, laying the foundation for modern labor rights. 4. Social mobility and inequality. While industrialization created opportunities for some to ascend economically, notably the middle class, it also exacerbated income inequality. The gap between wealthy capitalists and impoverished workers widened, fueling social tensions and unrest. Over time, social reforms and public health measures improved conditions, but the legacy of inequality and class struggle persisted. Five. Cultural and educational shifts. The Industrial Revolution spurred advances in education, literacy, and scientific thought. Public schools and vocational training became more widespread, and new cultural movements, like Romanticism and Realism, emerged in response to industrial society. A consumer culture developed, as mass production made goods more affordable and accessible, though the working class initially had limited access to these benefits. 6. Political consequences. The rise of new classes and urban populations led to demands for political representation and rights, such as the extension of suffrage to the middle class, example the First Reform Act of 1832 in Britain. Labor movements and socialist ideologies gained traction, influencing government policies and the eventual development of welfare states.